All right, so on my latest episode of my podcast, which if you haven't checked out, links in the description and the link is also in the community tab, I talked about how I was thinking about doing this video. I've done it in the past before, breaking down and predicting the Eagles and their record game by game right before the season. Typically, I've done it in like way early in the off season, like right as we get the schedule released. But I decided to wait on it a little bit because I don't know. I don't know how the season's going to go. It's going to be really weird. We've made these predictions before in the past, and one year I said we'll win the Super Bowl, and we did. The other couple of years I said we'd do pretty good, maybe get back to that. We never have, so I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just got lucky the one year that I did it in 2017, and then 2018, 2019, 2020, it's just been a shit show that's gotten worse and worse and worse every single year. Can 2021 be, different? I mean, let's be real. I think any smart Eagles fan, and I have my pen because I'm going to be writing things down as I talk about this. Any smart Eagles fan will agree with me in saying this year could go either pretty good or god awful. Like we could go at best like 11-6 or like 2-15. No, I won't say 2-15. More like 4-13. And now the records are all weird as fuck because we have an extra game added to the schedule. But I'm going to go off of my optimism here as I break things down. This is a spoiler for Friday, obviously. I've already talked about it in my podcast and my picks video that's going to come out tomorrow. Regardless, Eagles are going to win the Falcons game. I'm not going to go into any specifics, but I'm giving the Eagles a dub here. I really am. I'm giving the Eagles a dub against the Falcons. I feel like we should not be this underestimated going up against Atlanta. Their defense is atrocious, and I don't see that offense now without Julio. Even with Kyle Pitts, I don't think that offense is going to be crazy against us. I'm not saying that our defense is going to be great or our offense is going to be great. I'm just looking at the Falcons alone. I think the Eagles can beat the Falcons. Now, the following week against the 49ers, that can go either way. I think with the 49ers healthy right now, that's a loss. So right now, I got the Eagles at 1-1. But then we got Monday Night Football Week 3 against the Cowboys. And look, this is weird, uncharted territory for us. Playing the Cowboys, A, this early in the season, and B, on Monday Night Football. Doesn't matter what the stadium is. The last time we went to Dallas, we got destroyed 37-17. But the last time they came to Philly, we destroyed them like 23-9 or something like that. So I don't know. And this is really early into the season. This is the earliest. We don't play another division rival until week 12 against the Giants. Think about that. That's crazy to me. The schedule fucking sucks. That's horrible. Which means in week 12 to week 18, we have 5 division games in the last 6 weeks. That's like ridiculous. Can y'all do something better about that, please? Like, why? Why you gotta do that to us? But okay, back on to... I'll be realistic. I think the Eagles can beat the Cowboys. We'll get to that game once we get to there. I'll go 1-2. I'll give us the loss on it. Just because, like, if we think about it, like, from a logical standpoint and we're predicting how things are going to go, Dak Prescott will most likely bounce back and play really well offensively, and his offense will beat us. That's what I'm thinking. That might not happen. Or at least they might not be. Again, this is all speculation. This is all prediction. Once we get to that game, after the first 2 games have been played, we evaluate how the Cowboys are. We evaluate how the Eagles are. That's a different story. I'm just looking at it right now prior to the season starting. It's always the toughest to try to explain and think about how the Eagles are going to or any team for that matter, how they're going to do right before the week. It's like the Chiefs, for example, since we play them next week for the Chiefs. That's a loss, right? Of course, because it's the Chiefs. So, and you would think the Chiefs at that point, they'd be 3-0, but you never know. You never know what could happen. They could be 2-1 at that point. They could be 1-2. I don't know. That's just how it is at this point. It's always different when the season is going on because that you actually get to see how the teams are. But I got the Eagles right now 1-3 through the first 3 weeks. Shit. That's not good. Eagles at Panthers. I'll give the Eagles a close dub against the Panthers to go 2-3. Buccaneers at Eagles for Thursday Night Football. That's another loss. reigning Super Bowl champs. Of course, again, once we get to that point, things will most likely be different. I probably will be like all on board the Eagles or whatever, but I doubt that though. Last year was, at this point in week 6 last year, what were we? We were 1-4-1. Yeah. We had just beaten the 49ers and gotten our first win, right? Or we had just lost to the Steelers right after that. I don't remember. All I remember is that we were 1-4-1 heading into week 6 or week 7. But yeah, and again, it's tough to compare to last year because we don't know how this team is going to be with the new coach, new quarterback, new coaches, and new quarterback, and new faces all over. So again, I'm just going with my gut. Going with my gut at this point in time. Eagles or Raiders, that could go either way. We'll see how it goes once we get to that point. Right now, I'll give the Raiders a dub. So we're 2-5. 2-5, but the Lions game, that's a W. That's a 3-5 right there. Chargers or the Eagles, that can go either way, but I'll give the Eagles an upset here because it's at home. I'll give them the upset right here, 4-5. Eagles at the Broncos, can go either way. Teddy Bridgewater's the QB there. They have an okay defense, but that offense is a little They got Melvin Gordon at the backfield. Could go either way. I'll give the Eagles, maybe they get on a little bit of a groove here. Maybe this will be the best part of the season for them with the 3-game win streak. They're 5-5. Saints at the Eagles. Last time the Saints came to Philly, we actually beat them. It was an upset. Taysom Hill was the quarterback. This year, not so much. Jameis Winston is going to be the quarterback. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll go realistically 5-6. Eagles will lose that game. Eagles at the Giants. I'll give the Giants the first win against us, 5-7. Jets. The Eagles have back-to-back games at MetLife, by the way. If you didn't know that, they play the Giants at MetLife week 12, and then the Jets at MetLife week 13. And week 13, I'll give the Eagles the dub to go 6-7 headed into the bye. For all we know, that could very well be first place. That could very well be first place. But realistically, it will most likely be third place or at best second place. Like on the real. That could be second place at best, third place at worst. That's how that could be, depending on how everybody else does. Because injuries and just mojo, mentality, motivate, like every aspect goes into this. And who knows? And going into the final 4 games of the season. That's December, mid-December into January. Washington at Philly. I'll give the Eagles the dub against them to go 7-7. Giants at the Eagles. I'll give the Eagles the dub there because it's at home. I'll make them go 8-7. Now, Washington hosting the Eagles, I'll make that a loss for the Eagles to go 8-8. And then Dallas at the Eagles, this is a fucking crapshoot. But I'll give the Eagles the dub because fuck Dallas, to make them go 9-8. So right there you go. That's me personally trying to go through realistically in my own mind, because I know that there are other fans like you out there, like you, who are skeptical, much more skeptical than me, less optimistic than me. I'm just a stupid optimistical Eagles fan, making a video at I don't have a clock, at 9 o'clock right now, talking about this. 9-8. Now, of course, that's not counting certain games like last year, because remember, last year, we had a pretty rough schedule. We played teams like the Ravens, who we almost beat. We were very close in that game. The Steelers, who until the very end, we were always in it against them. The Packers until the very end, kind of, not really, but regardless. Either way, the Eagles were in a lot of the games they lost last year, and that was with the shittiest team right there that we had. A really bad quarterback, at least as far as the way he was playing, and a very bad coach at the time. And Doug wasn't the whole problem. And Carson wasn't the only problem. But again, problems in general. We had problems, but we were almost winning some of these games. Games against Washington. The one game against whoever the fuck. We were in those games. The tie against the Bengals. I guarantee you this team will not get a tie. I guarantee that. We'll either win a game or lose a game this year. We will not tie. I hate ties, and I don't want to see another one. And we're also not playing the Bengals, so for a fact we're not going to get a tie. But that's a 9-8 record right there For all we know, again, that could be first place worthy. Depending on how this schedule or how this year goes with the rest of the division, that could be very well worthy of first place. In reality, though, that's me being optimistic. In reality, this is like third place. This is like second or third place, because the Cowboys, they could be 11-6, they could be 10-7. Washington, they could be 9-8, but because of a tiebreaker or some other bullshittery, be ahead of us, or they could be 10-7 or 11-6. The Giants, for all we know, now I got the Giants in fourth place this year. I really do. I last year was the polar opposite. This year I got the Giants in last place. But again, the NFC, I don't believe that this division is going to be the NFC lead. It will be the NFC least, but it won't be 2015 and it won't be 2020. The reason why, I think, because every single team is improved in some capacity, and I think that every single team is going to have more wins than they did last year. That's me personally. I don't think anybody's going to be worse than 4-11-1, and I don't think the Giants and the Cowboys are going to do as bad as 6-10 again. And I don't think Washington is going to win the division at 7 wins. I think the divisional winner is going to have at least 8 or more wins. That's guaranteed in my mind. The Eagles, they aren't out of it. They for me personally have a really good shot with this schedule. They got tough games that are most likely losses against the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the Saints question mark, the 49ers question mark, and then a lot of other games that again could go either way. Falcons, Chargers, Panthers, Jets. Their games against the Giants and Washington, the games against the Cowboys. All these games could go anywhere. The Broncos, all these games could go back and forth. Like, we don't know what will happen. But I got them at 9-7. Let me know how you guys feel about the Eagles. Because if I got 9-7, realistically, and I said the best the Eagles could do is truthfully like 11-10 wins, the very worst the Eagles could do is like 5-12, 4-13. I don't think they're going to do that bad, but that's just realistic. Let me know how you guys feel. What do you think the Eagles are going to do record-wise? Of course, once we get into the season, this will all change. I will keep this page open right here. I was literally writing as I was talking with you guys. I'll keep it open to see if this comes true. Because I got it on tape as well, but I really want to, I'm going to keep a log of this. Because 2017, man, that's still back there. Me bullshitting and saying that we'll win the Super Bowl and saying everything that would happen and eventually have it happen, that's still messing with my mind to this day. So, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how 2020 goes. We're a couple of days away. My Eagles-Falcons breakdown is going to be coming out on Friday. My picks video is going to be coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for all that. This is a late video, and it's a long one. If you listen through it all, I appreciate you. Comment down below what you think the Eagles are going to do, and I'll see you all in the next video tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Fly, Eagles, fly. Stay safe. Have a good night.